Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cinema Asylum podcast. We are all here for once.
Yeah, this is a rare occurrence.
First time in a while.
I am Matthew, one of the superhero and sci-fi experts. Oh yeah,
The other super and sci-fi expert off camera, Dylan,
silent but deadly.
who is not speaking into his mic yet. I'm Garrett, the Indian drama expert.
I am Paul Allen, the horror expert. To my right is someone with an unreasonably sticky microphone.
I clearly forgot. It was my mic. I clearly forgot. You don't need to. Yeah, don't look at me like that. What I was trying to say is, after weeks and weeks of missing the episode because I wasn't feeling the best, finally I get to say I am John Thompson. I am the action and animation expert, and I missed you all too.
You
And
finally
he
get to
proves
say
this
you're John
message.
Thompson?
Hey, I wasn't there for weeks. I wasn't feeling the best.
Wait,
and
did you not know your name up till now? You can finally say you're John Thompson?
no, I just wanted
He
to make
forgot.
I wanted to make sure
came
that
back
the
to
reason why I
Johnson.
wasn't there.
Anyway, we are reviewing Captain America: Brave New World today. But first, we're gonna jump into some trivia. Dylan, you gonna grab your mic for this trivia?
Yeah, for this bit, yeah.
Okay. 2020's thrillers. In Civil War, this is worth 4
Not
points.
Captain America.
No.
Damn it.
This is worth 4 points because there's two answers. So 2 points each answer. What two things were added for realism in the movie?
I just heard this. Oh man. Damn it.
I've never, I
Two
still haven't seen it,
things
so
added for realism.
It's on my voodoo.
I
Two
still need to check it
things.
out.
I was
It's on my
gonna
short
watch it.
list.
But I
I
was
know
not.
this answer, so I'm going to let others go first.
You know both answers?
I think.
Like two things for realism, like I don't know, like
Well, no one has to lock in until
Real-
everybody's done. Or if they don't want.
real film photography. I don't know. I have no clue.
Well, that doesn't help. Because I haven't seen
I'm
the movie.
blank.
I
I've seen the
haven't
movie. I
either.
really like the
I
movie.
You
not
just
the
said
movie.
one of the
I mean,
words.
I wanted to watch.
You just
it.
said an answer, basically, unknowingly.
Okay.
I
I got one of them. I don't know the other.
So they simulated the gunfire.
Yep.
Like those were shots that were like, that wasn't sound effects. Like that was actual shots.
Mhm.
And I remember that because of Kirsten Dunst actually getting PTSD from it. I believe the other is actual explosions. I believe.
Hmm.
That's understandable. I because I heard Civil War's a tough movie.
Mm.
I heard it's very tough.
I'll wait for everyone else to lock in,
Yeah.
and then I'll answer.
Go ahead.
I did that.
Yep,
I'm in for
I
that.
did it with that too.
Let's ride this train, baby.
Right behind train.
Well, you got 2 points, everybody.
Yay!
Yay!
But that
Thank-
was
thank you,
It
The
was
guys.
gunfire.
It was the gunfire.
And then what was the other?
All the soldiers were veterans.
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
They used real veterans for the soldier seats.
I think that was one of the things
Ooh,
I
interesting.
died.
Yeah.
Anyone see the trailer for his next movie, which comes out in April, Warfare?
Not yet. I didn't know
Uh,
those trailer.
He's got like Alex Garland has like he's got 28 years later, and then he's got this other like I think it's coming out the same weekend that Civil
April.
War came out. So yeah, it looks intense, and it's
My
it has that
goodness.
same kind of feel that Civil War had.
Yes. I'll check it out.
So yeah, the trailer's good.
Because Civil War was one of my top
A24.
movies of last year.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah. What are we doing now?
We are reviewing Captain America. Well, actually, John said he wanted to give us quick thoughts on Skeleton Crew.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there because I was still recovering for sore throat and a runny nose, which was not fun. But I did finish Skeleton Crew weeks before that. I actually had that. And I could definitely say this is my third favorite Star Wars TV show, just behind The Mandalorian Season 2 and Ahsoka Season 1. I loved it. It was very fun. Loved the kids. Loved the special effects. Every single episode was very fun. It definitely gives you that Goonies feeling when you watch the show. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed it. It was a very, very fun show. I hope they do a season 2. I would love to see a season 2.
I was waiting for you to say something because I was just watching Dylan sit in silent judgment, waiting for you to say something.
I was genuinely curious because I figured that you would like this show. You're more of an enigma to this kind of stuff than I am. I feel.
I didn't know. Did not know that.
No, I'm glad that you liked
Yeah.
it. It was
But
cool.
yeah, it was definitely very fun. Definitely better Star Wars content than we got for a while. Although
It's
I'll
definitely-
still defend the Acolyte. I still like it, but this one I do love.
It seems to be one of the few Disney Star Wars things of recent that most people seem to agree on, which is rare to happen now. But
All right. So yes, now we're reviewing Captain America: Brave New World. Now this is going to be an interesting one because before I even saw the movie, I wish I did not see this on Facebook, but I heard there were some very polarized reviews for this movie.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I was stunned when I heard about the polarized reviews because I thought to myself, there is no way. So I actually
there's,
went,
I think there's many good reasons why the reactions are polarizing.
well,
I know one reason's a ridiculous reason.
But we'll get to our review for this movie. I actually went to see 2 movies on the same day. I went to see Captain America: Brave New World and Paddington in Peru, which I love, by the
Which
way.
I still want to see. I love Paddington.
It was amazing. I loved it. So the fact that I went to see that movie first before Captain America is kind of rare, but I digress. All right, so as one of you superhero experts, who wants to go first?
I could say some stuff. Yeah, Dylan's skipping this episode.
Yeah, I know. I was surprised that you missed out on this one.
Okay.
Okay. But anyway,
Oh.
Matthew, what did you think of the movie?
So it was good. Definitely not my favorite Marvel movie.
No.
I'd say around the middle in terms of the MCU. There's what,
Okay.
like 36?
Yeah.
35
so I'd-
now. There's actually 35 in
So
there.
I'd say like around 18, 19-ish, somewhere
Okay.
around there.
I respect that.
It's good. We'll rank the Captain America movies at the end. But one of the biggest issues I had with it is it was too rushed. I thought I
was.
could have used 20 to 30 more minutes.
It was perfectly paced.
I'm ignoring you. The rumored runtime before the official runtime came out was 2 hours and 40 minutes,
Huh.
and it's an hour and 58. So if that had any truth to it at all, they cut a lot of stuff out to make it run quicker.
Well, I heard
And there was a lot of plot details.
I heard there were speculations that there were reshoots.
Oh yeah.
there was only
that's
one round of reshoots, but I guess
one round.
every MCU
Okay.
movie has at least one round.
But
Okay.
like a lot of things were changed during the whole process of this movie.
Yeah,
I know that for certain.
Another big issue I had with it is that literally everything was shown in the trailer.
Most of it.
Yeah. Even though
Red Hulk is on almost all the marketing for
Yes.
this movie, only in it for about 8 minutes.
Yeah.
And don't expect him, to all the people who haven't seen the movie yet, don't expect to be the movie, because it's very much not.
no,
Which I was a little surprised by that.
Marvel had to have known better.
yeah, it was Red Hulk was great, but it was kind of a disappointment at the same time.
Mhm.
I feel like this is one of Harrison Ford's best performances in years.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Because I feel like he gets stuck in this laid back, monotone role for a lot of movies, and he really showed a lot of depth and range in this movie.
I was going to say a lot about him later.
He
but-
could have
yeah.
easily phoned this performance in, and he didn't.
Yeah.
And I really gotta respect him for that.
Right.
Even when he's doing the mocap for Red Hulk, you can tell for the most part that it's him behind all the CG, and it works very well.
He did a late night talk show the other night where he actually did the Red Hulk yell, where he was
That's
growling on live.
I
TV.
didn't see that,
Yeah.
but I would want to check that out.
Yeah. I'd say they're trying to go for Winter Soldier vibes. There's a little bit more humor than Winter Soldier, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it definitely is trying to go back to the political thriller, spy thriller side of the MCU, which I really love.
Yeah.
Winter Soldier at least top 3 in my MCU ranking.
That's my number one.
It's so good. I've loved it every time I've seen it. Yeah. Initial thoughts on the movie. I think it's decent. I don't think it's the train wreck that some of the reviews are making it out to be.
Oh, no.
I think compared to a lot of movies that have gone through similar production issues where like they reshoot stuff over and over again, or they get new writers and they constantly change things, I've seen that end in disaster, and I've seen it turn out in lesser disasters, and this is on the lesser side. Yeah, I think the movie is perfectly fun to watch. I think it has. I'm half and half on the action because I actually think the more CG heavy action sequences are the better action sequences. The actual like hand to hand fight scenes I think were not done very well. A lot of them were pretty sloppy compared to Winter Soldier, which has some of the
Yes.
easily the best hand to hand fight scenes in all of the MCU.
Yeah,
Winter
I'll give you
Soldier and
that,
Shang-Chi.
Yeah. The fight scenes in this are not very good. Especially that opening one where they're in Mexico. It's so slow and just it doesn't look right.
The best action scene is the Celestial.
Yeah,
Where the
that
flying.
whole sequence near Tiamat or whatever the thing's called. And they're trying to stop those missiles from hitting the Japanese ships. Excellent sequence. It is very CG heavy. Some of the effects aren't like amazing, but it's well done and it keeps the focus where it needs to be. And yeah, and the Red Hulk sequence is excuse me. The Red Hulk sequence is a lot of fun. It's short, but I think they did a very good job with it. And yeah, that's all I got to say. Actually, no. Yeah, Harrison Ford's great. Anthony Mackie. What the hell did I just say? Anthony Mackie is still. I
Excuse me.
really enjoy him as this character. I still really enjoy him as Sam Wilson. I have mixed feelings about him. Of him taking on the role of Captain America. I think he's almost there, but I feel like I'm still not quite feeling the leader role that I feel like Marvel's trying to reach at with him taking on this position. But I'll get more into that with spoilers. Yeah, technically this is not a spoiler because it's in the trailers and it's you if you're looking hard enough you know exactly who it is. Can we say who the villain of the movie is?
Yeah.
The leader is in the movie played by Tim Blake Nelson again from
The
Incredible Hulk. I think I really love Tim Blake Nelson as an actor. I think he's always a lot of fun to watch. I think I actually like how he looks in the movie. I know that's not a popular opinion right now. I mean, for the more grounded kind of tone they're going for, I think it worked pretty well for me. As far as like the characterization, I don't think he has that much to do in the movie. He's definitely not among the better MCU villains, but he's played by a very good actor. And I have wanted to see the leader pulled off in a live action or big screen movie for many years as a big Hulk fan.
Sidewinder got sidelined.
Oh my God, Giancarlo! You don't waste that. Giancarlo is a person you do not want to waste. And unfortunately, he got sidelined pretty bad. I mean, he's fine in the movie for the parts that he's in, but he doesn't do anything really. He's
Gets
just
his ass kicked and then he gets arrested.
yeah, that's all he does. And that's really disappointing. And overall, I feel like I like the movie, but it definitely is not among it definitely is, in terms of the Captain America movies that we got, the 4, it's definitely the weakest one in my opinion. It just it just feels like it plays it too safe. There's not a ton of like big risks taken in the movie, and I feel like there really should have been. And a lot of the concepts that the movie tackles, I like, but in terms of execution, it just, like you said, Matthew, it just kind of rushes it. And I feel like
There's no emotional payoff.
not really. Not in. I feel like the most payoff that we get in the movie is with Harrison Ford's
Yes.
portrayal of Thunderbolt Ross. With Anthony with Sam Wilson as the Captain America role, they do it a little bit, but not enough. At least not in a way that makes me feel like. Not in a way that makes me feel his struggle of taking on the role of Captain America. And ultimately, this is a movie where I don't feel like it really changes much in terms of where the MCU is going, really. Except for one thing, which we'll talk about in spoilers, but that one thing is kind of it, really. There's really, in terms of like the big like
The post-credit
story.
scene.
Oh my god, I'll get to that, but like seriously, most unnecessary post-credit scene I've seen in a Marvel movie, maybe ever. Like seriously, what was the point of that? What did that even tell us? Nothing. It absolutely tell us nothing. And I'm not even judging the movie based on a post-credit scene, but like a lot of people stay for those things, and a lot of people get excited by them. There's nothing to really get excited by.
I have a very important question. Anthony Macadie. Is that short for Anthony Macadamian Nut?
Yeah,
You've been dying to say that, motherfucker.
Yes, I have.
I just want him to steal that line. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
Yeah, that was a quick thing to do about the credit scene. I was just thinking, which group are we talking about?
We'll
Like,
save that for
yeah,
spoilers.
Yeah.
that's
but,
what I was wondering. But I digress. But anyway, you went to see it too, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
I had one more thought, real quick.
Sure.
And then I'll add on if you guys have anything after you guys are done. If I have
Oh,
anything
do
else.
you have a serious?
Yeah.
point? Okay.
I didn't like the score.
I actually like the score. The
I did too.
music I thought was decent. I can't remember the name.
You were
of the,
headbanging next to
the
me.
composer. I
At one
can't
point.
remember the name. But for me, it was very much like a classic. For me, it was less like a Marvel score that they
Yeah.
usually do. More like a add notes of like a
John Williams type thing.
no, more of like a softer, like more grounded, like political thriller that from like something like an 80s or 70s movie,
Okay.
which is what I think they were going for.
Some parts just felt too overpowering. I feel.
I could see that. This is one of those movies where it feels like there's very few scenes without music, and
Yes.
I really don't like when movies have to have a musical score in almost every scene. It gets dull and it gets monotonous very quickly. I want scenes where there's like actual like where there's no music. There's silence where you can let the dialogue speak for itself, and there's not a lot of that in this movie.
And I know you're not a fan of like the TV movie combo, but a lot of it gives a lot more context if you watch Falcon Winter Soldier.
Yeah, there is a lot of that in this movie.
Yeah.
I've been very vocal about how I don't think that's right for them to do. I feel
Second.
like they need to, if you're gonna make a movie for general audiences, even if it's in a franchise like this, you need to do it in a way where people aren't confused and where people need to do homework. So
I like what they talked about doing going forward. I'm finishing up, Paul, and then you're good. I feel like they discussed like, except for like Spider-Man, like TV focusing on more like street level, and then movies focusing on like the bigger like world-changing events.
yeah, and I do appreciate that this wasn't necessarily a world-ending kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was more like an international dispute kind of
Yeah.
thing. And I think that made sense for what the movie was going for. And overall, I think the movie is still perfectly fine. But it perfectly fine is not what Marvel used to do. They used to excel quite not everything they made was like great, but it was like everything was
Ant-Man.
usually consistent. And even when the movies weren't so great,
Ant-Man is good. Shut it.
I like the first Ant-Man. I can't say the same about the other two.
That's fine.
Even when the movies weren't great, they were at least, you can tell that they were advancing the story of the universe forward. And with a lot of their movies, I feel like a broken record for like since Endgame, but like a lot of their movies have not really.
Had a cohesive
I
story.
still don't.
Like,
I still can't really tell you what. I mean, we all know Doomsday and Secret Wars coming, but I feel like we have not had a clear roadmap still,
we haven't.
and that's not good. That's very not good. Infinity
Part
War.
of that has to do with the King issue.
Yeah, very much so. And I feel like, and this is not in Marvel's control. Well, kind of is, but what Marvel I think was trying to do a little bit after Endgame was make T'Challa like the face of the MCU after Tony and Steve went away.
Oh,
And
boy,
obviously
yeah.
with unforeseen circumstances that they decided not to recast T'Challa, and I get it, but I feel like maybe um maybe a potentially more wiser decision would have recasted T'Challa and make him the face of the MCU going forward. Either that, or I mean, they were trying to make Captain Marvel the face of the MCU. That's what I heard at least.
Yeah.
And no one wants that. I mean, no one wants that right now. Like, and that's also another problem. We don't really know who's driving the ship here in terms of the characters. Like, is Sam Wilson gonna do that? I don't think so. Doctor Strange, I don't think is. Spider-Man can't. It's like I don't see a team dynamic here, especially for when the Avengers movies are coming out.
You don't even know who's going to be on the team at this rate.
Yeah, I really don't. It's just a mess right now. And what they should have done is, in my opinion, I mean, thank God they finally have Fantastic Four coming out. And honestly, after Endgame, they should have went straight with Fantastic Four.
Good point. Yeah.
Like that's already been established as a team of characters that have already been in the public conscious for many years. People would have flocked to see that, especially done right after so many failed attempts. That if you establish Fantastic Four right after Endgame, you already kind of have something going on with Galactus and maybe even Doom, of course.
It'll be off to a fantastic start.
And you could have actually went more, and you could have also went with X-Men, and obviously they're gonna start doing X-Men. I don't know. It was just kind of member berries. It's just been kind of member berries for the past 5 years, and it's put Marvel in a pretty bad position. So
I mean, they kind of started with X-Men back in 2016 with Deadpool. X gonna give it to you.
Two things. One, you didn't even like the Fantastic Four trailer, so don't start with the Fantastic Four joke. That sucked. And,
There is
and,
one-
And two, no more superhero puns throughout the rest of this review.
that's
Just
not
don't.
going to be possible.
I know.
There's one problem though with leaning on the Fantastic Four now, is for some reason unknown to God and man, they've made it set in the 60s.
Well, the ongoing theory is that it is a separate universe, and with the whole multiverse thing, they're going to bring them into the MCU.
In the Secret Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
That is too confusing for me.
I mean, they've
at
been
least.
trying to do this multiverse
Not me, but
thing.
okay.
They've been trying to do this multiverse thing for a while now, and it has worked with some projects. Of course, Spider-Man: No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine, but other than that, this multiverse thing has just been a crutch.
They haven't really touched the multiverse in the other movies, pretty much.
And yeah, even when they did do a pretty multiverse heavy thing with Doctor Strange, a lot of people didn't like it,
Yeah.
including me. And it's just I'm so mixed on the MCU. I just don't have that excitement anymore, really, for it. I'm really excited for Thunderbolts.
Yeah, I am too.
Just as a standalone movie, I'm not sure if those characters, I don't really see them really playing that big of a part in the new Avengers movies.
Bucky.
Yeah,
Although I think Yelena will replace Natasha.
yeah. And I'm just kind of torn on just characters replacing other characters. I get that you have to do it for like comics' sake, but I feel like it's just kind of it's starting to drive more people away from it than it is like keeping people on track. Especially with this, I have seen that a bit with Sam Wilson as Captain America, which I've always felt was gonna happen even since that ending of Endgame. But no, Fantastic Four can be a great chance for them to kind of go with something that's familiar yet fresh, and that's what the trailer gave to me
Agree.
with the trailer for the new Fantastic Four. It can give people something they hadn't really seen yet with this whole franchise, and it can lead to something more exciting, and that can at least give them somewhat of a road plan to Doomsday and Secret Wars. I hope if it's good. We still don't know if that movie is going to be good. We'll still have to see that. But I really enjoyed the trailer. I think in terms of representing the Fantastic Four, it's easily looked the most accurate attempt, and I'm very excited for it. I'm really hoping for it. But yeah,
So I had a casting idea inspired by John.
Oh God, here we go. Still making fun of mine. Whatever. Go ahead.
Paul and I were talking about how many times they mentioned family in the Fantastic Four trailer. Hear me out. Vin Diesel is the thing.
That would not work
Such-
at all.
Why not?
it's
It
such
would
an
not
it's
work.
such an
for the Rock.
it's such
That
an
would not work either.
it's such an easy
Why?
such an easy.
Why would it not
actor-
work?
The actor that plays the thing in this Fantastic Four version is great. There was no need to change it now.
A lot of people don't like how he looks. I really like how he looks.
I
Me
agree
too.
with that.
I loved
Um,
it.
I didn't
loved
care
it.
for the trailer, but I did like how the thing looks.
like in perfect scene.
Jesus
Perfect
Christ,
scene
Matthew.
for that actor who's playing the thing in the scene where he's like judging how what's the name of the robot?
Herbie.
Herbie, how Herbie's cooking because he's on the bear, of course.
If they cast The Rock as the thing, they missed a perfect opportunity. If you smell what Kirby is cooking,
Herbie.
Herbie.
Um,
I think I just made Garrett
I don't
cringe.
think you need to say anymore.
no, I was going to let you know the dude plays the thing was the bad guy of Punisher Season 1.
Yeah,
Oh,
I forgot that.
Interesting. Yes.
I've been-
Second Marvel Netflix cast member that is going to the main MCU. The bad guy from Luke Cage Season 1 is Blade now.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that Fantastic Four and Daredevil are, I think, could be their aces in the hole this year at least.
Yes.
Daredevil is
Yes.
without a doubt the best this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping. Because from the trailer, it looks spot on, and
Absolutely.
it looks like what people have been
Yeah, it
wanting
looked
from a
amazing.
Daredevil return to the MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they stick the landing.
Yeah.
What do you got, Paul?
Captain America: Brave New World. Certainly a very ambitious movie. I have been very vocal that I generally do not like whenever movies are too long. And I know that this is going to be the minority opinion. I felt like for me and how my brain absorbs information. I felt like this was the perfect runtime. I could see maybe being like 10 minutes longer, just because a lot of it was very rushed.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I still was able to process everything that I was seeing and hearing, and I thought that it was a good movie. You know, I admittedly am more of a Marvel fan anyway, but this I felt was one of the better MCU projects that has come out in recent years.
I'd still rather watch this than ever watch Quantumania or Love and Thunder.
You're
Ever
telling
again.
me that CGI in Quantumania wasn't good?
Oh God. Yeah, I.
You mean you
Oh
don't
my
want
God.
MODOK back?
That motherfucker looked like what was that dude in
Looked like
Shark
Mr.
Boy and Lava
Electric.
Girl?
It looks like John.
It
Shit.
did
That
not.
did.
It
Oh
did
my
It
not.
did.
God, that is so mean, dude.
Yes, it is me. See, I've been trying to tell them that, Garrett, that they're
My
always
God,
Don't
so
insult the
rude.
CGI like that.
But what I was going to say was, what's funny about Quantumania is I have not rewatched it since I saw it in the theater, and
No.
that's so weird because I love the first two
I
Ant-Man
haven't
movies, but I've not
rewatched-
watched the third since. It's weird.
I haven't rewatched Love and. I don't think I've really rewatched most of the MC movies post Endgame. Like,
Not
I
even
haven't.
No
I've
Way
not.
Home?
I have not rewatched. No, I've rewatched No Way Home.
Okay,
Definitely.
yeah.
Have not rewatched Black Widow. Have not rewatched. I watched Eternals on Disney Plus because I thought I would still enjoy it. Because I enjoyed it when I saw it in the theater, and then I watched it on Disney Plus at home. I was like, oh, this is kind of bad. Like
The only-
I don't like Eternals.
the only good thing it's got going on is the cinematography.
That's about it.
True.
Really.
Yeah.
The cast is good, but they're used not well.
Right.
They're not used well, and there's too many. If of all these movies that would rather work as like TV shows, that's the one that should have been a TV show, not a movie.
That's what a lot of people said.
It
yeah.
as a movie, it just does not work.
I think it was supposed to be a TV show that was turned into a movie.
Yeah,
Right.
it would have worked better, I think.
We derailed you, Paul. Sorry.
Whoops.
Yeah, I didn't know there was anything else you want to say. Go ahead.
You just started
I
talking.
I didn't even really say anything yet.
Oh, Matthew, it's your fault.
How is it his fault?
We tend to interrupt each other a lot, though, on the show,
We do.
quite a bit.
Go for it, Paul.
I don't interrupt fucking anybody.
That, yeah,
I
you
try
really
not to.
don't. You
I
really
try not
don't.
to, at least. Occasionally, I do jump in if it's something I'm like really, really passionate about. And this is possibly one of those things because I really enjoyed the movie.
Mhm.
Sam Wilson being the lead is certainly an interesting choice. I don't hate it. I think that I want to see more of it as a progression.
Mhm.
Harrison Ford,
He
incredible. This was definitely his best performance in recent memory. He hasn't really had anything like, in my opinion, I haven't been a fan of a lot of his work since Star Wars.
I mean,
You know?
Blade Runner, he's still great in.
I fucking hate
Um,
the Blade Runner movies.
Oh my god.
I despise them so much.
Here's another bad
But-
take, but go ahead.
I don't want to hear fucking shit from you.
It's true, though. But go ahead.
You
Eh,
put
Anyway,
Paul, you put Ring 2 on your 2005
Yeah, you did.
because it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
Roasted.
y'all have some truly insane takes.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
You should talk.
You have the
You
worst
do
of them all.
Don, don't run from it. You do have bad takes still. So
And it was going nice until you said that. Gee, thanks, Garrett.
It's everybody against you, John. We're in the
I'm a
wrong, you're
realist.
wrong.
I'm a realist, but
So, I'm definitely curious to see where we go after this, because if there's one thing that you guys kind of touched on, it's that we don't really have a very clear direction. And as I said, that is because of the King situation. And now they're having to find a way to figure out how to get to Doomsday. And I don't even know what's coming out between now and Doomsday.
Just Fantastic Four.
And
That's it?
Thunderbolts.
Yeah,
No, no.
Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four.
Mhm.
And
Just
then,
that?
just some TV shows. Daredevil, Wonder Man, and I think that's it in terms of live action.
I'm sorry, Wonder Man?
Yeah,
Wait,
Yeah, no,
does
it's
Doomsday come out next year?
yeah. Oh, and Ironheart.
Oh, okay.
Ironheart comes out this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ironheart and Wonder Man.
He almost said Iron Mart.
So was Fantastic Four
The last movie.
the last movie
Yeah.
before Doomsday?
Yes. Doomsday
Wow.
is May, and then Spider-Man 4, Tom's
Mhm.
Spider-Man 4 is July.
Yeah.
But will that be enough to effectively set up Doomsday?
I don't think so.
So
mean-
they're in a very unique situation here, and honestly, if there's one thing that does detract from Brave New World, it's that it doesn't effectively set up anything.
Nope.
I think that the credit scene hints at something, but what
It's
does
so
it hint
vague. It's not
at?
even
It could
like
be literally anything.
yeah, exactly. Like
It could be
um,
me, for Christ's sake.
it's yeah. We'll talk a little bit more in detail in a bit.
Apparently, Doomsday is also like every film between Doomsday and Secret Wars is going to take place in an alternate reality. Yeah, Battle World. Yeah.
Which I am excited to see, and honestly, I do think general audience. I mean, think about it. It has been like 6 years since we got the last Avengers movie. I do think for
People are going
most
to turn up for it. Yeah.
yeah, people are going to turn up for it, and I feel like most people are going to turn up for it, regardless of what you think about Downey Jr. as whether it's the Doom or if it's like a Doom variant. People are going to turn up for that just for like curiosity. I'm not sure how it's going to work.
I'm curious how
But-
bad it's going to be.
It's not terrible.
I'm
It-
not saying I don't think it's yet. I don't know what they're doing with it, so I can't say
Yeah,
whether
right,
it's
right.
inherently bad or good. It can be brilliant for all I know.
Or
And
it could be a train wreck.
yeah, it can be
My
it
vote's
can be
train wreck.
ridiculous.
You don't know that.
But
You don't either.
I mean, but the Russo, I don't know who's writing Doomsday. Isn't it?
the Russo brothers.
So I think they're directing it, but who's actually writing it?
I think they're writing it too.
I'm gonna make sure because the writers of Infinity War and Stephen McFeely, who wrote Infinity War and Endgame, so that makes me feel fairly good about it because obviously it was Infinity War and Endgame, and the Russos are back in the ship, which is good. If there's a team of directors, because outside the MCU, honestly, the Russos have not directed much good since Endgame.
We're reviewing one of their movies in a few weeks, The Electric State.
Oh, I forgot about that, man. I have ever since I watched Cherry. Did anyone watch Cherry?
No, I
with,
watched The Gray Man.
I was gonna watch
Oh
it.
God,
but
I forgot
didn't
about
get a
Gray.
chance to
That
watch
movie
it.
is so forgettable. The Gray Man. It's so.
I need to rewatch
forgettable.
it.
Cherry is bad, dude. It is not good. Talk about completely misguided film in all. on
How was
all
Tom
fronts.
Holland in that movie?
I mean, he's good, but they were amping that movie up like that was gonna be his like Oscar performance, and it's really
Understandable. That's
really
understandable, but
not.
yeah.
It is a mess.
I
of
was
a film.
surprised how I heard that.
It's
how
not.
bad the
I
film
was stunned by how much I disliked it. It does not work on almost any level, and that really. I love Tom Holland, and I've wanted the Russo brothers to find their groove outside of the MCU because almost all their MCU stuff has been great. But no, that was not it. So, but in the MCU, those guys do work very well. So I'm hoping for the best for Marvel. Just give us something.
What was
Just
your next thought, Paul?
To be honest, I don't remember the last thing I even said.
About there being no clear path?
Yeah, no clear path. I am curious because the other dude was the Falcon, or like leading into being the Falcon.
Joaquin.
I'm kind of curious what they do with him.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess just
He didn't
because
really. Sorry to cut you off. Keep going.
I was gonna just say, like, they're clearly working towards rebuilding the Avengers.
Hmm.
Obviously Captain America has to be a part of that. I wonder if the Falcon will be too.
I'm sure he will.
And he's probably gonna die.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm betting
And
on
Deadpool because Thor holds him.
Yeah. The Avengers is going to be my guess. I don't know.
that. Well,
We can go back to this and say I'm right later.
before you say anything,
Yeah,
there was
Mr.
a-
Johnny has
there
to
was a
die in Cobra
tweet,
Kai.
or there was a post posted by someone from Marvel. I can't remember who. Months last year sometime. I can't remember when. That there was going to be at least 55 to 60 characters from
Yes.
all the MCU in these in the next two Avengers movies.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I read the rumored King plot for King Dynasty. They were sending like different teams to different Earths, like different like 5-person teams.
Interesting.
But I don't know, like we've been saying, like I don't know where they're going with this to know what they could do anymore.
But who are you gonna say for your
I feel like the main team. I feel like Spider-Man will join later after like they realize who it is again, because like they left it with No Way Home where he couldn't really be part of the Avengers right now.
So they'll know it's Spider-Man. They just won't know it's Peter
Right.
Parker.
So I
Okay.
feel like it's gonna be Captain America, Falcon, Thor.
Yeah.
I feel like Yelena's gonna join.
Mm-hmm.
Remind me who that is.
Black Widow's sister.
Okay.
Florence Pugh.
Okay.
I said Thor. Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
Ma-
Wong.
yeah, Wong probably instead of Doctor Strange. I could see Wong being.
Because isn't
He's the Sorcerer Supreme now.
I still don't really know what that ending of Multiverse of Madness was about.
Yeah.
I still don't.
And I feel like Shuri because they're gonna push her.
Yes, that is true.
Spider-Man, and I feel like that's gonna be the main team. Maybe Bucky, but I think he's gonna lead the Thunderbolts, and they're gonna stick with that.
Mm-hmm. True.
But I do feel like Yelena's gonna switch from Thunderbolts to Avengers.
And not to mention all the countless multiverse cameos that are going to be in these two movies.
Yeah.
I mean, good God.
We're definitely getting Toby and Andrew.
We are.
Oh, absolutely.
They're gonna have a
Eric
more significant role.
If I don't get Eric Bana back as Hulk,
They were
I'm gonna
supposed
be-
to do Nicolas Cage as Ghost Rider
Oh,
for
he has to show
Yes.
up. He has to.
yes.
I mean, I think they were trying to get him for Deadpool.
They were.
Something just didn't pan out in terms of scheduling or whatever. But
There's rumors going around that we're getting Lou Ferrigno as Hulk.
I would love that. That's what I grew up
how
with.
old is that man, by the way? Like
70s, I think. Or 60s.
I mean, I'd love to see it, but I'm not sure.
Let's find out.
We just get a quick shot of him turning back from the Hulk, and he's like, "I still
Well,
got
what
it."
if it? I feel like it's just gonna be in like that scene in Flash.
Yeah, that's
where
what it's gonna be. Yeah.
I'm not gonna like that.
Lou Ferrigno is 73.
Damn. I mean,
He
look
still
what-
looks good,
I mean,
though.
what Harrison Ford did, even in that mocap for this movie, and he's like in his mid 80s.
Yeah, he's like 84, I think,
Mhm.
82.
Almost as old as John.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say this, even despite my many flaws with this movie, the one thing that was keeping me engaged was like Harrison Ford. I just think he was that magnetic and good in the film. I actually preferred his portrayal of Thunderbolt Ross more than William Hurt.
Yeah.
All respect to William Hurt, of course.
Yeah.
But I think he was absolutely perfect casting for that character.
We keep derailing your thoughts, Paul. I don't think there's any survivors
I mean,
left on the train.
I don't remember everything that I've said, so I'm just going to yield. John?
Okay. Unfortunately, I'm going to be one of those jerks that
Of
has
course
to
you
say,
are.
but when I have to say, oh, there's 1 weak moment in the movie, which I hate saying that because
dude,
I
you're not doing this under protest. You can you can state your problems with the movie and still
Well,
like it.
well, there's a reason why I said that is because I don't rarely find a sort of negative I find in the movie when I loved, which this is a movie I did love, but this is one of those rare occasions I was thinking, okay, there's one film, one portion of a movie that I did find weak, which I felt so bad that I had to say that, and that is, excuse me, that is actually is the villain, not the guy that does Breaking Bad.
Oh, Giancarlo.
Yeah.
Not him.
Yeah, he was
The
great.
leader.
The
Would
leader.
have liked to see him more on screen.
The leader. The
He
guy with the
doesn't really
brain.
have much of a presence in the movie.
Yeah. But the leader, yeah, Samuel Stearns, yeah, that's the villain's name. My biggest issue with him, he was not Nemesis enough.
No, not really.
He was not Nemesis enough, and that is the biggest.
Do you mean menacing?
medicine? Excuse me.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
did. If I could play devil's advocate, not all villains have to be like imposing physically. I
Not
find
physically, but
Right.
like
I find mentally challenging villains to be more interesting, personally.
Right.
Let's take a
which is exactly what the leader is supposed to be.
let's take a
Yes.
really hot take here. Joker is not physically menacing for the most part.
But you
Hell no.
you feel his threat
Yes.
every time.
His psyche is what makes him scary.
Yes.
At least when he's done right.
With
Yeah.
with the leader in this film, I don't think we get like it we get obviously if you've seen Incredible Hulk, you know what happens to him,
Yeah.
and they explain it enough, and they explain it my biggest problem with the movie is the script, and there's so much exposition in the movie it becomes like, oh my god, like can you stop
Gotcha.
it's one of those movies that didn't learn the technique show don't tell, because there's most of the movie is just telling you things and not really showing you. And that's also a problem with the leader, because it tells you what happens but it doesn't really show much of it. And that's a major problem, and why I think that contributes to your problem with the
Yeah.
leader.
I love the design, but that was one of those things where I was just thinking, why was the villain not menacing enough? Like that, he's not the weakest Marvel villain. To me, the weakest was Eternals, because I didn't like the movie that much.
Hmm.
I thought it was okay.
What even was the villain in Eternals?
I don't even
Beats
know.
me. It beats
I
me.
mean, there was a Bill Skarsgård was like a monster for like 5 minutes. Does
That
anyone
shows you
remember
how-
that?
That
Bill
kinda shows how
Skarsgård
forgettable
was in
the villain
Eternals.
is when you don't even know the
No.
name. But yeah, that was. I tried to give him the benefit of the doubt, because the villain was good. I would say he was good, but
Not great.
not the best of villains I have seen.
which is
from
a
all the
which
MCU
is a
movies.
casual problem for Marvel.
Yeah,
With a few,
yeah.
they have a few great villains like Thanos, and
Killmonger.
Killmonger, but
Mandarin.
Loki.
many forgettable ones.
Yeah.
Mandarin. The
Ma-
actual Mandarin, not
Yeah, Mandarin.
Yeah.
From Shang-Chi.
yeah.
Yeah.
But for every Thanos or Loki, there's like 10 Ronan the Accusers, or
right.
Malekith from fucking Thor 2.
Yeah.
God, I hate that
Yeah.
movie.
But that was the only weak moment I had in the movie. The rest, however, I had a lot of fun.
It's a
wa-
fun
watching this
movie.
Yeah, and personally, I love the movie. I hate the fact that I had to say yes, it's the weakest of the Captain America movies, which
Mhm.
I did not want to say that, because I will say this: Sam Wilson, I loved him. I thought he was great. Anthony Mackie, awesome.
Yep.
Totally agree with Harrison Ford. Like, who doesn't want to see him as the president of the United States? Who doesn't want to see that?
He's always good.
Get off my plane.
Yes, Air Force One. and
There's
then
only,
this movie.
unfortunately, there's only one scene of him on a plane in the movie.
Yeah.
Only one scene.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I really want him to say "Get off my plane" in the movie.
That would have
Yeah.
been that would actually would have been cool.
Hmm.
But yeah,
What if he says it as Red Hulk? That's his only like speaking.
Yeah.
Like,
Get off my plane.
that'd be
that
so
would
great.
That would have been good. Red Hulk, yeah, he was fabulous. Harrison Ford, as usual,
Like
he's phenomenal.
And
What
I'll
he
say
does.
this about Red Hulk. Even though he's not in the movie long, I'm not even gonna acknowledge
No,
with that.
no, we're not.
I've criticized Marvel a lot for their CGI. Like, they've really struggled in recent years with their visual effects. Like, MODOK is probably the worst thing they've ever made.
MODOK is Oscar worthy.
No, but actually, Red Hulk looks like there's really no like real bad visual effects. There's some
No,
there's
no.
some bad green screening in the movie for sure, especially in scenes where it's pretty obvious that they reshot it.
It's not the worst CGI this weekend. I think that goes to Cobra Kai with Mr. Miyagi's
Yes.
face.
Oh,
Yes.
I did not see that.
I didn't see it either.
Don't worry, that's not a spoiler.
really,
it
like-
just is dumb.
But no, like I think the visual effects in the movie are pretty good for the most part.
Absolutely.
Red Hulk looks, I think, very good.
Yeah.
It's red.
They utilize Harrison Ford's physique very well. Like I said, the Indian Ocean battle I think looks very good. Yeah. One last thing I'll say for non-spoilers. This is not one of the Marvel movies that tries to force a ton of humor into it. I hate whenever they do that. They've been doing that so much with their recent movies and TV shows. They don't do it a ton in this movie, but it's when they do, it's not funny. I barely got a chuckle in the movie in those parts.
It started with Guardians. Guardians had it naturally, but
I think it
because
really
of
started. I think it really started with when Joss Whedon with Avengers.
Okay, it really took off though with Guardians. Guardians was all natural though.
Yeah,
But they realized how successful Guardians was with all the humor.
that's what James
so
Gunn.
That's
a James Gunn
He
thing.
excels at it,
and,
yeah.
and Joss Whedon to an extent
Yeah.
too. Every screenwriter for Marvel movies and TV thinks that they can be Joss Whedon, and no, they can't. Whatever you think of like Joss Whedon, personal issues aside, the man knows when to put humor into his dialogue. Most screenwriters don't, and that's why you've had so many Marvel movies where the humor is not funny and it derails any like drama or
it's just forced.
it's completely forced.
Yeah.
Love and Thunder was probably the worst, the biggest offender with that.
I loved that movie.
Did you actually?
Yes.
I mean,
Offender, I guess
I
Paul's
loved it too. So
Offender. I guess Paul's the defender.
After much thoughts, after much thinking about that movie since I saw it, Thor 2, I think, for many years was my least favorite Marvel movie by far. I think actually Love and Thunder took my least favorite Thor movie. I didn't even think that was possible, but yeah, I'd might actually rather watch Dark World than Love and Thunder.
gotcha.
Ooh.
But the rest thing I was going to say, I agree on Paul with this one. I had no issue with the running time, although I had no idea it was supposed to be 2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't
know
You
for
can
sure.
definitely tell that.
If it was true, then that would have been it. That would have been the longest Captain America movie.
Yeah.
That would have been interesting.
It'll be top 3 longest MCU movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only ones longer would have been Endgame and Wakanda Forever.
And Eternals was almost 3 hours, by the way.
No, Eternals was a few minutes shorter than that. It
it
was like
felt,
2:39.
It was close. It
Yeah.
still felt
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
long.
Yeah.
Eternals was like 2:38, 2:39.
Huh.
Wakanda
Yeah.
Forever was like 2 hours 42.
Oh yeah.
And then
yeah.
Endgame was like 3:1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was fine with a movie being 3 hours. But here's what's funny though about Captain America: Brave New World. I thought there's no way that's the shortest Captain America movie. I had to do some research.
It's one of the shortest MCU movies.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
The only one shorter, I believe, is Ant-Man, the first one, and Marvel's.
Yeah, Marvel's like an hour and
Wow.
40.
I was unaware
And
of
some
that.
people were saying it was still way too long.
Yeah,
That's
I would
weird.
agree
That
with
is
that.
Weird.
No, they were saying like I think it's the TikTok crowd, like they're obsessed with TikTok.
No, I think
those people-
it's because the movie was badly paced.
No, they were saying no movie should be over like an hour 15.
No, that's dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb. Yeah, that's dumb. That's really
I'd
dumb.
say an hour 20.
Yeah, right.
Mm.
But
A
anyway,
movie. I'm not one of those people that think a movie's runtime should be perfect for that movie. Like Oppenheimer, 3 hours I think is perfect for that movie.
absolutely.
If it was an hour and a half, it wouldn't have been.
No,
no.
no.
Interstellar.
Like
No.
I don't think like, and also like an hour and a half is perfect for like a comedy.
Yeah.
Like
Zombieland.
Zombieland. That the shorter runtime is perfect for that. No runtime is like I'm under no pretense that a certain runtime is better than another. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
But,
think,
yeah.
but I don't think hour and 58 was the best runtime for this movie. I do think
Okay.
it could have been more tightly edited in a way where, or stretch things out so it doesn't feel as messy.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, I definitely love the movie. What's rare though is that when I went to see two movies on the same day, the fact that Paddington Peru was a better movie than Brave New World,
Oh, I have no doubt.
that was strange to me. I thought there was no way that
Paddington
a
2
adorable bear live action movie is better than Captain America.
Paddington
but
2
it
is
happened, so there you are.
Paddington 2 is like one of the highest rated critical movies of all time.
Yeah.
And for good reason. It's fucking like perfect.
Yeah. But I had a good time
Sounds
with both.
unbearable to me.
Dude,
Dag nabbit!
dude, you have no
Shut
idea.
your face.
Watch the Paddington movies.
Yes, they're amazing.
You will be charmed till you fucking cry. I'm not even
Exactly.
joking.
Exactly. But overall, though, I mean, I had a good time seeing both of these movies. But Captain America: Brave New World, definitely not the MCU's best.
No.
But for me, a good start for the comic book movies that's coming out this year.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I'm hoping.
I don't really know of any spoiler stuff that we really need to.
Oh,
talk
I got stuff
Okay.
to say.
Okay,
So,
great.
leaders.
Spoilers, of course.
The reason why Ross
Oh, yeah.
turns into Red Hulk in this one is because he's been. What they explain is that since he explains that what happened to Stearns in Incredible Hulk was Stearns blames Ross for what happened to him when he got like the gamma, like that little bit of gamma from Bruce's blood into him, which turned him into the leader. And he's been locked up in this super secret kind of remote prison. But Ross developed a heart condition that no one else could cure except for Stearns because he's that smart, I guess. And he gave him these pills which keeps him alive, but he doesn't know that the leader infused those pills with gamma, and he's been increasing it over time, and that's what causes him to Hulk out at the end. And so the leader really didn't have much of a presence, like I said, in the film, and
Right.
when he gets arrested at the end, that's just kind of it. Like,
It's kind of anticlimactic.
yeah,
and, like huge.
nothing really. You don't really see what happens to him except where he ends up in the end credits, and god damn it, the fucking end credits. So Sam goes to the raft where the leader is, and all the leader says is, "You think you're the only world? There's others coming," and that's it. It's like the way that's worded is just like, oh, you think he doesn't say other universe or other like he doesn't mention anything about the multiverse. He just says world. It's like this is a fucking universe that's had aliens since the fucking beginning. Like what was that supposed to tell us? Fucking nothing.
We know it's a lead up to Secret Wars and stuff, but it's just so poorly worded.
And yeah, it's horribly worded.
Yeah.
Like it makes it completely useless as a post-credit scene that like announce anything or get the audience excited. Most of the people, most of the audience who I saw it with were just like, really, that's it? Like, it's just not. It's not worth staying through all the credits for. Is all I'm saying. Like,
Paul can confirm I'm such a superhero fanboy. It was enough to get me going though.
Yes,
I don't
you
know.
looked like
You
an
gotta-
excited puppy that
Marvel-
just got adopted.
Marvel used to do so well with post-credit scenes to tell you exactly what was coming, like, and they would actually show shit. Now it's just like they're just telling you things are coming instead of like actually showing you what's coming, and it's really getting old for me.
Yeah. I will say this though. There's one scene that is my favorite scene in the movie, and
What?
that is when Sam and the president got into a conversation, and the president gets mad, and he said, "My heart is failing, God." And
Really
all
well
this-
acted
yeah,
scene.
It was brilliant.
I
that was
like
awesome acting.
I like I like the
I
more.
didn't say the curse word.
Yes, you did.
No,
It
I said,
slipped.
no, I said God bleep.
My heart is dying. God damn it!
Thank you.
You did not say bleep.
In that classic Harrison Ford style.
Um,
Yeah, I really like some of the quieter moments, or
I did
not the
too.
quieter, but like the more simpler moments between characters in this. I really like the scene at the end between Sam and Joaquin when they're in the hospital, and Joaquin's what I saw the movie twice with different people over the weekend, and each time Joaquin gets injured in the Indian Ocean battle, and he lands in the water, I just turned to my whoever I was with and I was like, "Talk to me, Goose." I mean, it's a Top Gun moment. It
well,
happens at the exact same like time measurement that moment in Top Gun happens.
well, it's the same movie. I would think he would get injured in both times you watched it.
Son of a buck.
Shut up.
Yeah, exactly. Be quiet.
I have.
Yeah, Joaquin didn't really leave that much of an impression on me in this movie. He was in Falcon and Winter Soldier, right?
Yes.
I don't really remember him is the thing.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't that memorable in that show either. And the actor's fine. I have no problem with the actor. And he was like mainly the comic relief in this movie.
Yeah.
And I don't really think any of his dialogue was very funny, like at all.
Yeah.
And most of it was pretty like old jokes that we've seen like many times before. But what was that other thing I was gonna spoil?
I got one more thing to mention too.
Oh yeah, what's that?
We didn't talk about the second best acting in the movie behind Harrison Ford, Carl Lumbly.
Yes, Carl Lumbly he is the MVP of the movie,
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like,
Can we talk about how bad he was? He was one of the he was a super soldier
mhm.
during the Korean War. They locked up all the other super soldiers, including him. They all died. They experimented on him for 30 years.
And he had, in my opinion, probably the best scene of Falcon and Winter Soldier, where he tells his backstory and he's like, they will never let a black man be Captain America.
Yeah.
And he has several scenes in this movie like that.
Yeah.
And the dude's just a fucking tremendous actor.
Yeah.
And,
Yes.
He was in prison for 30 years in Falcon Winter Soldier. A nurse took pity on him, declared him dead to get him out. And
Mhm.
now he gets to go to the White House, and immediately he gets caught up in something.
his
And
reaction,
they're trying to give him the death penalty.
his reaction when he like gets out of his like mind control thing is just kind of heartbreaking.
It is.
Yeah, really well done. Another really great performance in the movie. Honestly, most of the acting in the movie is pretty good.
Yeah.
It was not his
With a
first
couple-
superhero role either.
What was?
He played Martian Manhunter on the Justice League cartoon in 2001.
Oh shit! Really?
Yep.
I did not realize that.
Apparently Dylan didn't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's excellent in the film.
He is.
What was? Anyone else have anything else?
I just-
Spoiler.
All I can say is, and even say the critics were way too harsh on this movie. Way
This is
too
not.
harsh.
This is in no means a disaster of
no,
film.
no.
This is not Justice League, because in terms of like troubled productions leading
No.
to what happened with that, this is not on the same level.
Man, that's the movie I
This is-
dislike
this is
more and
obviously-
more the more I think about it.
This is obviously not as bad as the Sony movies. This is not.
Oh Lord, no.
This is not Craven. This is not Madam Web or anything like that.
Oh no.
It's a serviceable movie, but it's serviceable is not what I'm looking for Marvel. I know they can do so much better.
right.
You're expecting an 8 out of 10 or more.
Yeah, and that's what for the most part, that's what I got.
Leading up to Endgame.
in the first three phases
Yeah.
with Marvel.
There were a few stinkers, but mostly
yeah,
they were good.
Yeah, for the most part, it's like every movie was like, okay, this is it. This is still worthy of seeing.
Yeah.
And each one, it's like you couldn't miss it because it was leading up to something.
Yeah.
And with this, even though I enjoyed it, it still felt like, okay, what really happened in the movie, like in terms of like, the overall scheme of the MCU. So
The multiverse saga is like a convoluted road.
it is like hardcore.
There's no clear path.
I mean, what happens in this movie specific, like in terms of the MCU roadmap? Like, Ross gets turned into Red Hulk. He gets sent to prison, loses the presidency.
The only other thing
Who would become president now? Like, would that be another
I don't know.
specific character, or
We went from Dermot Mulroney to Harrison Ford.
okay? Was this established in the show? Bucky turning into a congressman?
No, it wasn't.
What the fuck? That came out of fucking nowhere. I didn't understand that. I was
And
like,
then he's leading the Thunderbolts, which is Marvel's Suicide
I don't-
Squad. Like, what is this?
what?
I didn't catch
Excuse
that
me?
At all.
No, that she says that in that scene where he
Future
shows up.
Congressman Bucky Barnes.
Like, what?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But now,
Where did
Bucky
that
shows
come
up
from?
in this movie. Yeah.
but now he's playing. He's going to be in Thunderbolts in May,
As a-
which is Marvel's Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So how did he go from Congressman to Suicide Squad?
I have no clue what that was about.
That's funny because
they
I saw the trailer for Thunderbolts twice when I went to see Paddington and then this one, and then I saw Bucky make. Oh, your phone dropped.
I know. I saw that.
And then I saw Bucky make a cameo, and I was thinking, wait a minute, are you now the bad guy now? I thought you were the good guy all this time. Like, what the frig is this? I didn't even think about that.
It's just Marvel. You gotta explain that.
yes.
Like, you gotta explain how a former
How did
international
I not think about that?
how a
Dang.
former international terrorist is about to become a congressman.
Bucky is a coin toss. He's good. He's bad. He's good. He's bad. He's good. He's
Yeah.
bad. They never know what they're doing.
I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm excited for Thunderbolts, but how
Me
does it
too.
make sense that he's in Thunderbolts? How does that make sense?
is he is
Marvel, explain
he
it
is
to
he
me.
still is he a congressman in that movie in the timeline?
Who
I don't
knows?
fucking
They'll
know.
make him the next president.
That'd be interesting.
Although
mean-
I would like to see Harrison Ford. I personally think he should stay in the MCU because I
Oh, yeah.
love
Absolutely.
that casting choice. Man, that Bucky thing, it's now gonna hurt my brain.
it's
now
really
after this.
weird.
My brain
I didn't
hurts
get-
now.
I like the scene between the two of them, and then they just throw that detail in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
Thanks, Marvel
Excuse
Studios.
me?
As cool as the IMAX theater is, Thunderbolts is a good movie to see where we record the podcast in Shelbyville, Indiana, because Bucky's from Shelbyville, Indiana.
Yeah, I
Is
guess
it
so.
really?
The character, I guess.
Get out of here.
No, I'm serious.
Not Sebastian Stan. Not from
The
Shelbyville,
comic
but
character.
the comic. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah. So you know, like where the post office is.
Yes.
So across the street, like after you go through the stop sign there, like on this, like post office is here. Over here, like closer to the circle.
Yeah.
There's a mural of there's an alleyway with a bunch of murals of all the famous people in Shelbyville. There was a portrait of Bucky.
Are you kidding me?
I have a picture of it. I will show you.
That's
And I will
Paul.
put.
Paul, did you know that? Yeah, I didn't know that.
I will post it on the podcast page, the picture too, since we're talking about it.
That's
I learned that on this side of a pop cereal box back in 2011, dude.
Yeah.
But I was gonna say, mind blowing.
Yeah.
That. Wow.
So the story, I will give credit where credit is due. I learned this from my boss, Richard. Stanley was trying to figure out where to put characters, like where like the origin.
Yeah.
And Stanley's like, "There's a bunch of Shelbyvilles. I don't think there's a Shelbyville, Indiana, though." And
no.
he made
Wow.
Bucky from Shelbyville, Indiana, and then a few months later, he's like, "Crap."
That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
Man.
Thank you, Stan.
That is fascinating.
So,
Yeah, are we gonna give our scores? for this
yeah,
movie?
we'll give a score and then we'll rank the Captain America movies.
Okay.
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Which is a good score.
I would give it like a out of 10. I would give it like a 6.5.
Okay.
I thought it was perfectly serviceable, just not anything like
Spectacular.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
No.
Or incredible.
Hey.
Honestly, a lot of people were complaining that this is more of an Incredible Hulk kind of like
Yeah.
quasi sequel. Honestly, I'm not even that big of a fan of the 2008 Hulk, to be honest. But like,
It's rather smashing.
I've still wanted to see some of those things continue.
Can we smash Matthew's face?
Yes.
This is not that kind of podcast.
You know what I mean.
Mm. Man.
What do you got, Paul?
Oh, here one more question. In Secret Wars, because we're obviously gonna get a shit ton of cameos. Edward Norton coming back.
Yes.
Do you think that's gonna happen?
Doubt it.
You doubt it?
No.
That would be cool, but I don't think it's gonna
It's
happen.
possible. Why not? Why not have all three?
That would be,
Or four?
I mean,
I'd be on board with that.
If they're gonna do that, you know who they also have to bring back?
Ben Affleck is Daredevil.
No.
Oh crap, he's dead.
Yeah, dead.
Ben
well,
Affleck
that's
died.
full of spoilers.
Wait.
No, in Deadpool and Wolverine, they say that when they go back when they meet Blade and all those guys, they say that Daredevil's dead at that point.
Oh,
Oh.
you motherfucker! You had me scared.
The original Rhodey from the first Iron Man.
Yeah, Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah.
I think that would be so funny.
That would be funny. That would be funny. He was fired.
Next time,
Right.
baby, yes.
He was fired, but then replaced by another actor, which is great.
And same thing happened with Ed Norton too.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know. I think it would be neat to see, honestly, like Mark Ruffalo and Ed Norton interacting with each other,
Marvel,
even if it's just for like a second.
We need Jon Favreau to come back.
Yeah.
As
Happy.
I mean, we got him in Deadpool,
Yeah.
didn't we?
I know, but I'm saying like if for Secret Wars being like the biggest movie. What?
He's
Yeah, Foggy.
he's gonna. They put him in Endgame. They have to put him in Secret Wars.
Yeah. But yeah, what's your score, Paul?
5 out of 5. I love this
Really?
movie. I
Oh.
really enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it.
Hey, okay, I respect that. I respect
What
that.
part of what made it so fun was watching Matthew absolutely fangirl at literally everything.
Really.
I won't quite give it a 10. I'll give it a 9.8 because the villain was, like I said, the villain was good. But
You just wanted more.
Yes, I wanted more. But,
I
but
wanted-
overall, I
yeah.
still really enjoyed the movie. I had a great time watching it. Hopefully, the more times I'll watch it, maybe I'll put this one higher in my Captain America rankings. Who knows? We'll see.
Oh, I forgot to bring this up. You guys saw that this has like the lowest cinema score
For the
of all
MCU.
Yeah,
all
B
Marvel
minus.
movies.
Yeah.
Which
Like,
I heard is
which
not
is
a good score.
insane. No, it's not good at all.
Yeah.
You want to know how it is only one grade above Morbius and Madam Web, which
Oh,
both
God.
got C pluses, and it's on par with Ang Lee's Hulk, which got a B minus. So, I mean, that's not where you want to be.
I heard Amy's Hulk is. I heard it's.
Wait, you
not-
haven't seen Ang Lee's Hulk?
It's good.
Yeah, I heard.
I wouldn't say
I heard
good,
It's not, I heard
but
it's not amazing, but I
it's
heard it's not
interesting.
that
It
bad.
is. It is fascinating. I don't think there's another comic book movie like it. Like
No,
it
there
is,
isn't.
It's bizarre.
Mm.
And I liked it as a kid because I mean,
Yeah.
I was obsessed with the Hulk as a kid. And
I love the Daredevil movie.
I don't love Daredevil. I mean, it's kind of funny.
I heard the theatrical cut is bad, but the extended
All
cut,
the,
I heard it's a little bit better.
The director's cut's better, yeah.
All the like the 2000s punk rock songs and it kind of make it funny for me.
Hard rock songs, not
yes.
punk rock.
Well,
Wake me up!
Yeah, all
Put
that.
me back to sleep after that. Jesus Christ.
Man, yeah, that Daredevil soundtrack, man, the most 2003
oh
soundtrack
God,
of 2003.
so 2000.
I have it on
It's-
CD.
Maybe because it's 2003.
Exactly.
Daredevil, Nickelback, Saliva. Or why did I say Daredevil? Evanescence, Nickelback, Saliva, 12 Stones,
Yeah.
Mhm.
POD, The Calling. Yeah, there's quite a few.
That and if any of you guys remember the soundtrack for the first Scooby Doo movie from 2002,
Yeah.
which is also just full of 2000s.
I need
shit.
to look at the track list for that.
I've seen the Scooby-Doo song performed
Uncle
live.
Cracker is one of them.
It's what?
Uncle Cracker is on the soundtrack.
Uncle Crack. I never even
that
heard
that
of
was
that.
that was one of them on that soundtrack.
I've seen the Scooby-Doo song performed live.
Which one?
The one from the movie.
I forget.
The
one
band
from
is
movie.
MXPX.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was crazy because I had my parents had this really cheap film camera. Like we're talking like $30-$40 film camera.
Mm.
Just a little point and shoot. And they were the headliners on the stage. It was a festival. So it was like 11 o'clock at night. But he took a selfie before selfies were even a thing. Because it was 2008. He grabbed the camera
Nice.
from me during the song and went like that. But the picture didn't come out because it was dark.
Oh, darn.
That's the thing about those old cameras.
Yeah.
Anyway, like, I think in terms of like, obviously, I don't think this is the worst Marvel movie. Easily not.
No.
No.
There are far worse ones. Maybe it's because how much they marketed the shit out of Red Hulk that audiences came out disappointed that he's only in the movie for like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why, or maybe it's just because people just thought the movie was just kind of mediocre, which I get. I'm kind of on that crowd. Even though I mostly enjoyed the movie, I do admit that it definitely has a lot of mediocre elements. Maybe it also has BVS had that problem too, where that got a low. It got a B, which is a little bit above the B minus, but that also had the same problem, is because all the marketing in the fucking title, Batman versus Superman, and that battle does not happen at least until the third act.
It's the same marketing because they also show Doomsday, like they show.
Yeah,
Red Hulk.
exactly. I think cinema score, when you look at it, is mainly, it's opening night audiences coming straight out of the movie. It's mainly it's pulling what audiences, whether they got what they wanted out of the movie or not, or what they expected and what they got.
That's true.
With comic book movies, I trust the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes way more than the critic score.
I rarely ever do.
Yeah, I rarely do either.
I'm very
Although
BVS getting like a 25%.
with critics.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
although I'm glad that audiences at least are a lot better reviewing stuff than critics do. Because let's be honest, film journalism for me is so dead when it comes to movie criticism.
I feel like you're only saying that for things you don't agree with, but there's
Although
a lot of
movies I don't agree with. Like, I never agree with the Space Jam score, nor for Captain America: Brave New World. Now,
Space Jam's not a good movie. I'm just telling you that.
Excuse me.
But
it's not. I enjoy it, but it's not.
It's not like
Come
in
on,
terms of
Garrett.
like
Quality.
objective qualities.
Yeah.
It's not a good movie.
It's not.
I'm
I
just
disagree
telling
with that,
you.
but okay.
How can you disagree with what literally everyone else thinks?
Subjectively, you can think whatever you want, but
Objectively,
film critics are reviewing things from a more technical and objective mindset. Pacing, storytelling, writing,
effects,
all
Space
that
Jam
stuff.
has horrible effects.
It does. It
not.
absolutely, it absolutely does,
without
man.
a doubt.
Oh my God, let's not even go there.
Anyways, let's rank them.
Yeah.
I want to go last
Okay.
because
You go first.
Yeah, I'll go first.
I want to. I'm not going to say anything else.
This is gonna be a little bit interesting. So prepare your buttholes.
Okay.
Oh God.
Captain America 1 is last.
Really?
I'm not that big of a fan of First Avenger at all.
I really love First Avenger.
Number 4 is Brave New World.
Wait, number 3.
You mean number 3?
No, number 4. Falcon Winter Soldier. I'm counting as number 3.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm just gonna count.
That's
the
a movie?
movies.
No, but
That's
it's a
a
mini
TV
series.
show.
It's not an actual series. It's.
Oh.
I'm just gonna
6
count the
episodes.
4 movies.
Yeah,
not
I'm
the
just gonna
movie
count.
series.
Agreed.
Civil War number 2, Winter Soldier 1.
Garrett.
I'm pretty close. Brave New World would be last place for me. Number 4, number 3, First Avenger, number 2, Civil War, and number 1, Winter Soldier. Civil War and Winter Soldier are pretty close for me.
Yeah.
Because I love both
Brave
of them.
New World 4, First Avenger 3, 2 and 1 is actually split. Winter Soldiers 2, Civil War, which is still the best Captain America movie that I saw, is still number 1 for me.
I largely don't really count that as a Captain America movie. It is basically
It's a Diet Avengers.
Avengers 2.5 for
Yeah.
me.
That's what people said, but it counts as a Captain America movie. So.
It is.
Man, we forgot to watch the 90s ones before we did this.
Oh my God.
Wait,
Obviously,
I wish we did, but
whatever
I'm
you
kinda
think
glad
about-
I didn't. So maybe you should have saved that for maybe next year. I don't know.
okay, I don't care if you hate Brave New World or not. It's not Captain America 1990. I'm just telling you.
I heard it's horrible.
We'll re-rank the Captain America movies after we watch the 90s and the 70s ones.
Oh God, I forgot about the 70s ones too. Captain America had a fucking motorcycle helmet.
We'll know when we'll do it in the future. It probably won't be this year, but I digress. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Y'all are in danger.
Oh no.
I'm going to go from 4 to 1.
Okay.
Civil War last.
Really?
Oh God, Paul.
Oh no.
Why are you going, oh God, Paul?
because it's already a bad start. But go ahead.
Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I it's good. It's not my favorite. I think that I have it at like a 3-star. I think. I might be wrong. I'd have to look. Number 3 is going to be the first one.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a movie. Number 2 is going to be Brave New World. Just kidding. That's going to be no.
I will have a heart attack right here on this podcast.
Number 2 is Winter Soldier.
Wait, for real? Are you for real?
No.
Okay.
No.
If you-
Number
if
2
you were
is
gonna
Brave
rank-
New World.
Brave New World above Winter Soldier. I was gonna run through the wall like Wile E. Coyote.
Or
Number-
crawl to the wall like Spider-Man.
Number 2. When has he ever crawled through a wall?
That's the Flash can do that, not Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's true.
Wait, Tobey Maguire played the Flash?
Number 1, Winter Soldier.
Obviously.
There you go.
I don't think there will ever be a Captain America movie better than Winter
There won't
Soldier. It's just peak.
Thank you for watching this interesting episode.
Chaotic review.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We got a lot of good stuff coming up in the next few weeks. We got our Electric State review coming up. We got Ash review, which if you like Event Horizon, they look similar. We are also doing a review rewind of Event Horizon that same weekend.
Oh yeah.
We got our Oscars live stream.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar.
Pretty soon we'll finally be doing our Man Thing and Blood and Honey live streams.
Yes.
Your
I
day
am
of reckoning is
not-
coming.
I am not excited for Blood and Honey.
I will watch. I know how bad it is. We're gonna suffer together.
Thank you, Garrett. I appreciate that.
And we're also gonna, before, we don't know when we're gonna do it, but before July, we are going to do a live stream of Superman: A Quest for Peace.
I've been so
What's
wanting
that?
to see it for myself.
Destroy Superman.
It is the 4th Superman Christopher Reeve movie.
It's the worst one of all time. It's the worst Superman movie.
It makes
ever.
Batman and Robin look like an Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know it's going to be bad, but I'm probably going to have so much fun watching how
Oh, it's
terrible
a
this movie
lot of.
is.
You won't have fun.
It is a laugh
What do you mean I
riot.
won't have fun? Hey, I have fun watching the holiday
Matthew,
special,
actually,
so why not have fun with
It
this
is
one?
a horrible movie. Absolutely. I think a lot of it is actually really funny. Like,
Is it worse than the Batman?
just shut up.
Yeah, just don't. No. But
we-
anyway,
Next superhero review we got coming up is Thunderbolts.
Mhm.
That comes out May 2nd. In terms of movies.
Yeah.
No, next one is
obvious.
your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man next week.
Oh, I forgot about that, dude.
yeah,
It's not good.
I've seen the first 8 episodes of it, and so far I really loved it. So
Of
I like to
course.
talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah, we got that in terms of TV, we got that coming up next week, and then Daredevil in a few weeks.
Yes, can't wait.
Oh, I'm very excited, but also nervous, but mostly excited.
So
But,
yeah, remember to like, comment, subscribe. We thank you for watching, putting up with our craziness. We are now in our 3rd year. Can't
How
believe
the
we made it
fuck
this
did
far.
we make it this far?
I don't know. Yeah. Not as much as John's.
He is catching up with
Star,
John.
Dull Star. Anyway.
He's sparkling like a vampire from Twilight.
We hope
Oh,
Ooh.
goodness.
we
me.
hope you
That's
enjoyed this.
low.
We hope you enjoyed this review. Keep an eye out for our Gorge review coming later tomorrow, we'll say. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
We have been the Cinema Asylum Podcast. You guys were awesome. Thanks for coming out. Good night.